Alright, I'm just going to be pausing this, like, briefly so I can talk about the points it goes through. And okay, I just gotta back up here for a sec. Alright, so the 3 stages of truth is 1, ridicule, 2nd is violent opposition, and 3 is acceptance. And I think people tend to notice this a lot, as when we find out something that we think is negative or we don't approve of, we'll like bash it and insult it and talk about how horrible it is. And then like after we do that for a while, we'll start like opposing it with violence, like with the riots and shooting and just violence. And after a while, we just, I guess normally we would get tired of opposing it if we see that, especially if we see if no changes has come forth of it, and we just accept it whether or not we should. I'm sorry, I'm just skipping to various parts of this video. So an Earthling is one that habits the Earth, so humans, animals, and the like.
All of us are considered Earthlings.
Alright, so we're all Earthlings. Wonderful.
There is no sexism, no racism, or speciesism, reptile, amphibian, fish, and human. However,
alright, so in Earthlings there's no speciesism, sexism, racism, or any other ism, since everyone is on this planet is classified as an Earthling. And I'm sorry, this is just easier for me to do with like the video playing, because otherwise I can't remember what I'm going to say.
It is the human Earthling who tends to dominate the Earth, oftentimes by analogy with racism and sexism.
And it just mentioned that human Earthlings tend to dominate the Earth, and the various other species that inhabit planet Earth, and this is because we are more powerful. And it's about to talk about speciesism, but basically how that works is the same way as with sexism and racism and classism and whatever other isms that I can't think of right now. And it's basically when you feel your group is superior to another. So men feeling more superior to women, whites to blacks, rich to poor, and human to animals.
The term speciesism is a prejudice or attitude of bias in favor of the interests of members of one's own species and against those of members of other species.
And I just read the definition.
Being, the principle of equality requires that one's suffering can be counted equally with the like suffering of any.
The principle of equality can be counted as equal as the suffering of another. So my suffering, if I got hit by a car or something, should be equal to as if my cat, for example, got hit by a truck, which hopefully neither would happen. But it seems that like my suffering would be seen as a lot worse than that of my pet. And logically, there really isn't reason that should be so, because we both, like, me as well as you and other creatures have the same basic, like, needs and necessities. Like, we all need food, shelter, water, like, we wish for, like, companionship and compassion, and everything and everyone tries to avoid pain.
sexists violate the principle of equality by...
And there's also, with the avoidance of pain, like the powerful taking advantage of the powerless or less powerful. So the slave master to the slave, the child molester to the child molested, the rapist to the rape victim. And so that is the superiority complex. And it mentions power, that like humans have tons more power because we have like all this industrialization, and we have like this idea that because we have language and such, we like have the right to treat other creatures and species like we have the right to treat them horribly, basically. And that's basically the idea of speciesism. And I'm going to be doing another video that encompasses the other, I guess, terms in this video. Alright. Later.